Your coat.
That is amazing.
What?
Come on. And the shoes.
Yes. I wear these shoes all the time. They're like my
Yeah.
little staple.
I have so many questions about the jacket. Did you have it made? Like
Tarjay.
It is?
Yeah.
The
It's
Paul
a Paul
Tazewell?
Tazewell jacket?
Oh my God, you said you had so many questions for me. I have so many questions for y'all. The main question I want to know about is that library scene where they're dancing and the thing is going like, I need to know everything it took to shoot that and how it took to create, like, I just need to know it all. Whoever wants to start, just tell me how it went down.
That set is 185 feet by 145 feet and 45 feet tall to the center of the dome. And we lit it with 495 lights. And it is the first set that Nathan Crowley started designing. Mm-hmm. And was just John needed to get everyone on board with creating this tornado wheel that spun 3 different wheels spinning in different directions at different speeds, and being able to get all the special effects team to create it. It was one of the earliest sequences, right, that he talked about?
Yes, those rings are about 19 feet, in diameter.
Round.
And there was this specific thing that Paul Carwell, the special effects coordinator, did to get those rings to rotate in a specific way to go with the music. And then we also, you decided not to go with blue screen, remember? So that the blue screen wasn't, basically infecting the whole set.
We wrapped the whole set in white instead of blue. And that was a conversation Pablo and I had to have with each other because it affects him. But I didn't want blue to just be spilling in, and I wanted the light to be coming in from the beautiful Shiz University, just filling the space, the library with light.
Yeah, and it's nice to, you want these epic dance numbers in a movie like Wicked, and you know that Dancing Through Life is one of my favorite numbers. And so you have Jonathan Bailey sort of crushing it with the choreography, Chris Scott's choreography, and then Alice and then Pablo, like the whole team sort of coming together. And then when I'm getting the dailies, I'm getting a lot of dailies and a lot of different options, and I'm just going to stay out of the way and let them do the work and let, where I can construct it, I'm just going to do little flourishes, but it's all about Jonathan Bailey, like showing the rest of Shiz that, he's the boss. And then of course, that's going to lead into Oz's Ballroom within, minutes. So, it's really joyous, beautiful moment. And then, that sort of sets us up for the rest of the movie.
And John loves to shoot 360-degree shots and these huge moving shots. And it took so much research and development on that wheel to figure out how to cover the scene with where we could put cameras that would make it dynamic and give Myron enough shots to then build a sequence through.
Now, it's one thing to have somebody painted green on the stage, but to have somebody painted green on film, I can imagine from a cinematic point of view, that's very difficult in terms of lighting, because at some point somebody else may suffer in terms of lighting and shooting. Can y'all talk to that for me real quick?
Yeah, I did. It's obviously a huge challenge to have one character who is green wearing black clothing the entire time. And Paul Tazewell created all these beautiful, beautiful clothing with pleats and pleats and pleats, hundreds of hours of making her costume, each costume. And so I didn't want that to disappear into just blackness. And then you've got the other side of it, which is Glinda, who has platinum hair and is in pink most of the time, or all the time. And so these two people, and so we did lighting tests starting on week 2 of prep and makeup tests. And Pablo was at all these makeup tests because there are lots of different ways to do it. And there was a big conversation. Do we do makeup later with visual effects, or does Cynthia or do we spend 3 hours a day painting Cynthia green? Mm-hmm. And you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we decided that, Cynthia decided that she wanted to be green, which is great. because that made her who she becomes.
Get into
in the-
character a little bit more,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. And of course, we work with Francis, the makeup department and hair, and there's always that thing about working together and collaborating, and there's certain things that after a 15-hour day that we're going to have to retouch, but it looked really, really great, and it made the performance, the way it needed to be. And in terms of lighting, I think, we all talked about, the fact that it didn't matter where the lights were, that we were in visual effects going to work with the theme and with the content, and we were just going to help and work with Alice on that.
So just fully embracing her being green, and it did. Her being green actually affected every single person on set. It changed her performance. During one camera test, I remember, I've got it still on my laptop, and I watched it from time to time. It was a 65 millimeter push in on a dolly, and we just kept pushing and getting closer and closer. And she didn't have a wig on. She did have on part of the costume, and she was green. And she had the green contacts in, and just slowly, slowly, slowly pushing into her. And it was the moment we all watched it projected at our film lab, and we all said, okay, this is the way we're going to do it. And it was a magical moment.
Yeah, you can see her changing. As the camera was going in, she was becoming Elphaba.
She was becoming
That's
Elphaba.
just great.
Let me tell y'all something. Your work on this film is stupendously magical. I'm so elated that I was gifted with the opportunity to speak to you. I have 1,000 more questions, but my time is up. So thank you so much for your time today. I really, really do appreciate
Thank you
it.
for your lovely questions.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Bye.
you're awesome.
Bye.
All right, bye.